One of the reasons our clients are more interested in the flying first class on Alitalia and then using your services to, Alitalia is a random example. You can kind of stick to the smaller, the mid-level and below size. You don't have to go up into the super mids or the heavies, which is obviously, your Gulfstream 4, 5s, and 6s to and many others to, and obviously a much more significant cost.
There's a lot of compression, I would say, right now in light and mid jets because of COVID and because of a lot of new entrants to private aviation. I think one of the key considerations that we have to advise existing clients on, and especially the new entrants to the market, is some of the performance limitations of light jets and mid jets. For new entrants, they come in and they view private aviation as this phenomenal luxury, and it's about the time savings and convenience, but that comes with certain parameters. And one of the largest parameters is actually baggage capacity. Yes, you can go fit 5 or 6 passengers on, a traditional light jet. Depending on the particular make and model, it might not be comfortable to put 6 people on there, even though there's 6 seat belts. And then really the other largest consideration is baggage requirements, because baggage capacity is set. In light jets, it's not very large. So whenever we're working with a client and advising on an itinerary, that is one of the top questions that's asked as we're, assessing the itinerary to provide recommendations and pull quotes, are baggage needs. So, when you have certain itineraries or where somebody's looking to utilize a light or a mid to connect to that commercial carrier, you just have to be careful, or at least cognizant of baggage capacity.
Right, and the lights are about 1,000 or 1,200 nautical miles too. So you're limited within the United States on that. So it would have to be, I don't know, a here to Texas kind of a thing or less, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. So each category of aircraft, we're able to kind of lump together and kind of put indicative ranges in place. And all of that is, very much so dictated by what you end up with on the aircraft. Having, one passenger on a light jet with the crew, you are getting more performance and more range than if it's fully loaded with 6 passengers and completely full of baggage. And that can impact performance materially, 300 miles in some instances. So it's something to be very cognizant of. And as you're, working to book an itinerary, it's important to be proactive about that, or understand those limitations. Runway performance, weather is an important consideration, as well as aircraft performance. And we're starting to hit the time of year now when it's the peak season, but it's also, from a performance perspective, what we like to refer to as winter winds, which impact aircraft performance as people travel. So, this time of year, aircraft do tend to have a reduced range relative to the summer months.
Can you, just sticking with the operator and broker side for a moment, really on the operator side. So as a broker, do you only source your jets from Elevate, or do you use a whole host of different ways to, get the jet that might be needed? And I'm sure if it's the latter, that's got to be kind of complicated in terms of, making sure that entity. Can you just walk us through how that works, how you source your aircraft?
Absolutely, yeah. So when I say proprietary open fleet, we are going out to other operators and placing our clients on their fleets. We have very close relationships with the operators that are in our proprietary open fleet. On occasion, if the mission and trip fits, we will place a client on, an Elevate jet aircraft. But really, as PJS and the charter broker and, the advisor and advocate for the end client, we are looking to align clients with the aircraft that's correct for their itinerary and their mission.